The New York Knicks fired their head coach, Tom Thibodeau? What the? Check this out.
The firing was made by team president Leon Rose with the support of owner James Dolan. Tell us more about how this happened and just what's happened since the season ended.
Right. So in the aftermath of the Game 6 loss to the Pacers, the Knicks were conducting a review of the organization. Now, usually what teams do is they have exit interviews with their executives conducting the interviews with players. This was different. This setup for the Knicks was different. It was everyone kind of being reviewed, including obviously head coach Tom Thibodeau, members of his staff. Not all players were involved. Top players were called in for the meeting. And Knick owner Jim Dolan was there, but to say it was Leon Rose's decision is accurate because he is the one who would sign off on it. I mean, look, in the past, there were instances where the Knicks were on shaky ground. Tom Thibodeau was on shaky ground, but Leon Rose had never always chosen to stick with Tom Thibodeau and not, push this button that was pushed today. I go back to, even the All-Star break of the Kemba Walker season, Jim Dolan gave Leon the green light to do something he chose not to. And there was another instance. So now it's different, right? Leon Rose obviously saw something different over the past year plus that led him to believe that, hey, this is the right move for the franchise. James Dolan backing Leon Rose there. And that's significant because Tom Thibodeau signed an extension, I think, last offseason, and there's at least $30 million guaranteed on an extension. And look, if Tom Thibodeau does not hook up with another franchise here, the Knicks will owe him all of that money. So that's a big check to pay, and that tells you a lot about how they felt about this direction that they're going today.
All right, so check it out. In case you've been living under a rock, not paying attention, right after the season, New York Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. One of the last four teams standing. Actually, they were the third team standing. And immediately after, less than 48 hours, well, a little bit more than 48 hours, they had the exit interviews. During those exit interviews, the 7 best players get to come in, talk with the owners, talk with the high management. Leon Rose is the general manager. But it was kind of interesting that James Dolan, the owner, was in on some of those meetings. They come in and they talk about their season. Shortly after that, the answer is to relieve Coach Tom Thibodeau of his duties. Tom Thibodeau he's been a great inspiration to Knicks basketball, man. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau. I think that, he brought that team to 4 out of the 5 seasons he was there. He brought them to the playoffs. Before that, we were in NBA purgatory. We were a team that just definitely was not even being taken seriously. He built character. He built a team that was ready to play every time, and he had that culture. And so for him to get fired, it's a little crazy. I mean, to make the Eastern Conference Finals, every season they improved. 2021, they lost in the first round. Didn't make it 21-22, but then came back for the next 3 seasons and, progressed. Finally, and beating this season alone, you beat the Boston Celtics, who were the defending champions. You go on to really, beat a tough Detroit Pistons team, and you get to Indiana, and Indiana was actually just a better team, but there was definitely a couple moments that make you say, now in hindsight, looking back, that might have been a reason why they were outs. Obviously, the Game 1 collapse against Indiana, you're up by, let's say, at one point in time, they were up with 2 minutes to go. They were up by 17 points. Crazy. Then up by 9 points with 50 seconds to go, and you lose that game. And the momentum from that, you lose the first 2 games at home. It just goes down from that point. We were able to come back and win a couple games, one in New York, one in Indy, but it just really, it spiraled out of control. And I think that from a standpoint of the front office, after 5 seasons, you're looking to see somebody take you to the NBA Finals. You're trying to win a championship, which is exactly what they said in their letter. stating the relieving of duties. So this is something that the New York Knicks are definitely now on the search for a new head coach, which brings us to that point. Who would be the new head coach? Do you bring back an assistant who was very well liked by the New York Knicks and the players, and Johnny Bryant, who's over at Cleveland, had a great season over there. They had 60 wins. So it looks, and that could bring fresh ideas. We know with Tibbs, a lot of it was running his players into the ground, not using the bench. Those are the things that come back time and time again to harm us, And so is that the case? Do you bring in Johnny Bryant? Do you bring a championship pedigree? And this is where I'm leaning to a little bit myself, is Mike Malone. And I know everybody says he's like Tibbs. He's got hardware. He's won. I need somebody that's going to come in and really take this team to the next level. Do you go with a UConn's Dan Hurley, who has proven that he has a championship pedigree as well, but only in college? Can he make that jump? Jay Wright, I've heard his name come up from Villanova, because he knows all the Villanova boys, and Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges. Do you bring him? It's a lot to be desired, and really excited about what's going to happen in the future. So we'll take a look at it. But Tom Thibodeau has been fired. New York Knicks are looking to move forward. We'll see what happens. Rapsy Hollywood, where hip hop meets Hollywood. It's your boy Pook Diesel, and we are out.